Part 6. To the woman who will marry my husband, I will not tell you to avoid court politics entirely, so long as you do not cause trouble, but I will suggest that you simply watch from a distance. The temptation may exist to meddle, especially if you ever talk to the artificial girl Mute who lives inside our computer. She is a gossip and a friend of the Smith noble family, and is responsible for revealing much of what they try to keep hidden. She may seem fickle, but she does belong to the house of Royal first and foremost, and is quite loyal. Nevertheless, meddling is not in your best interest. Do not play politics, not only for our sake, or for the sake of being a virtuous wife, but for the sake of your own family as well. They will receive favor not through any scheming on your part, but through her husband's will. Entertain yourself with gossip if you wish, so long as you keep quiet about it, but stay out of politics. In the end, you will manage to go much farther if you rely only on rewards for being a good wife. It's kind of interesting how it's separating gossip from politics here, because really there's a lot of things involved in politics that also involves gossip. So I don't know much about the French Revolution. Most of what I do is from middle school, except for I was supposed to take a course that an entire unit was supposed to be about the French Revolution. He spent way too much long talking about philosophers in the Renaissance, and not even the typical ones, or at least not the typical ones that I'm aware of. And instead, we had 2 days leading up to the French Revolution, and then 1 day of the French Revolution before the course ended. So from pretty much that one day, my prof did make a comment about how one way to stay in a politically good place is to not piss off the women of the court, because they will gossip and they can either support you or ruin you. So it's kind of interesting they're separating it here, because it's interesting how much gossip will affect your reputation in the public. She's right in what she instructed the pale bride, but man, I don't really agree with her assertion there. I wasn't a gossip. Yet look, yeah, I'm a social creature, of course, that's my job. I'm glad that my mistress valued me, but I don't really like the way she's categorizing me as just being some chattery, gossiping woman. I was always way better than that. I wish she had realized it. I'm sorry, Mute. I think it was part 7 we've already read. Yeah. My fear of the pale bride, it seems, was unfounded. In my letters to her I wrote that I was not jealous, a lie of course. As queen, it is true that I have no emperor and queen. I just realized that. That's weird. That's 2 different styles of... Wouldn't she be an empress? Why is it queen? Anyways, it's true that I have authority over any of my husband's other wives, but that authority does certainly not extend to his affection, especially since she is a beautiful woman of only 15 years and I am a withered old lady 20 years her senior. Honey, you're not a withered old lady at 35 unless you guys have a really low death mortality rate. I think that's what it's called. I'm blanking right now. Anyways, I would be a fool not to be jealous, and yet I am not. Until she officially married my husband, I had only seen her briefly at the formal interview. Aside from her beauty, she had made hardly any impression, but now she is living in my house, and I have seen more of her while she is not busy attending to the emperor, and I realize now I have no cause for jealousy that is any fault of hers. She hadn't spoken a single word to me, and only looks at me from a distance. At first, I mistook this for ignorance, as though she thought me unworthy of approaching. I realized soon that it's not so. I see no smugness in her eyes, nor do I see happiness, nor sadness, nor anything else. She is afraid of me. Not that sort of fear that would show in her eyes, the sort of fear that would paralyze or leave her on edge. It is hardly noticeable at all, and yet I can tell. Her fear is that of resignation, the sort of fear where one simply waits for what one believes inevitable, whatever it is that she thinks I will do to her. She is not afraid that I will be jealous. She knows it, and is simply waiting for the consequences. I cannot be jealous of a woman like that. I feel for her. I want her to feel welcome. I want to give her the hope she has clearly lost back. It's not out of jealousy that I say I earnestly want her to understand how lucky she is. When I last saw her, I took her aside and said, "Please, you do not have to fear me. If you ever wish to talk to me, please do, find me." She said nothing, but she did smile a little. I've seen her smile before, but only in a hollow way, where the mouth moves but no emotion stirs in the eyes. this was not that kind. I can hardly say what the twinkle in her eyes meant, but at least I don't think it was resignation. I do hope she talks to me soon, for her own sake. While reading that, I realized I don't know if ever I should show this message to her. Well, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that letting my mistress tell that crazy bitch the admin password was surely the greatest mistake any man has ever made in the entire ship's history. Ah, whoops, didn't realize you actually used it. As if anything good could have possibly come from trusting a woman with that sort of power. I mean, I'm sure he was counting on her not knowing how to use the computer rather than being some sort of genius with it, but come on. Well, I'm sure you'll see for yourself soon enough. Okay, I don't know if we read that or not. Doesn't seem familiar. Let's show this to her. She was kind of more than just my queen. Well, I guess I have to explain my own position for it to make sense. So like, yeah, I appear to be just a woman like you, but that's just my personal appearance. I'm actually, a computer program. So when I say I was, well, still am really, in charge of the security for the whole ship, I mean it. I was an actual official. I ranked pretty much everyone on the ship, save for the Emperor and of course by extension, his primary wife. So while I might have reported directly to the Emperor in theory, I did with others in the past, Emperor Ryu Inhu chose to let that sort of thing go through his wife instead. What this is all getting at is for all intents and purposes, she was my real mistress, not him. We were pretty close, well as close as you can be to your better anyway. I liked her a lot. She was actually really intelligent for a woman, and was surprisingly tough for a noble. I know, it's a little weird, but trust me, with her, it was pretty okay. She managed to be great while still knowing her place. So yeah, like I said, I liked her a lot. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. This is my point. I remember those admonitions because I actually helped her write them. I mean, I didn't write a single word or anything, but she asked me for advice. Mostly she was just modest. So let me see. I really want you to get the right impression of her, She kind of wrote a lot. Well, nobody's perfect. Don't let that cloud your judgment of her, though, alright? I mean, I'm not impressed either, but at least it means you'll be able to see what she was like. Alright, I got 3 for you to see. Well, one's kind of actually about me, but still, it shows you just how good a person she was. If you want to see the rest of the admonitions, let me know. I can do that too. Oh! Did we already read that? No, that was new. What are these? How are you doing? Her, the perfect stripper. I don't need to take them to her herself, and you don't have to take my word for it. It's possibly best if you hear straight from the crazy bitch's mouth herself. Okay, so we really can't do anything with her. And if I don't leave those marked as new, I'll probably forget they exist. Anyways, unsent letter 1. Well, I first saw you bringing my husband home in the late hours of the night. I was jealous. All I could think of was my daughter and the first courtesan she had an affair with 9 years ago. Oh, first courtesan he had an affair with 9 years ago, not she. With every brief glimpse of you that I saw as you passed through our home, my heart burned a little, as if you embodied every single... What the heck's going on with the music? I'm sorry for that pause, I was just listening. I feel like it changed to like the creepy something bad's about to happen kind of music. It's really distracting, oh my gosh. Anyways, all I could think of was my daughter and the first courtesan he had an affair with 9 years ago. With every brief glimpse of you that I saw as you passed through our home, my heart burned a little, as if you embodied every single thought of my farce of a marriage. I will not send this letter, because I know how ridiculous it sounds. For weeks? What the hell is this music? For weeks I, a noble wife, could be jealous of a poor courtesan? But you are young and beautiful, and full of energy and grace, and I am none of these things. Only after you had been entertaining him for a month did I start to realize that I was really feeling true. I was jealous, but not of you, for having my husband. I was jealous of my husband for having the affection of a girl so pretty as you. Oh, it's that kind of scandalous. Got it. These are such ridiculous thoughts for one to have. I know, and even more ridiculous still is the way they have overwhelmed me. I used to dread my husband bringing his courtesans home with him. Now I look forward to your nights together. How can I not, when it means I am treated to the sight of your bashful face in the morning? When we exchange glances, you hide behind your long hair with so much cuteness and grace, my eyes can't help but wander to admire the way it rests on your breast, to see your clothes draped loosely over your hips. I cannot help myself from admiring your body as you try to hide from me. It is ridiculous to be so preoccupied with such thoughts, and perhaps I was better off having not even realized them. Nonetheless, even though I may be as much a woman as you are, I find myself longing for the same affections you share my husband's with. There is more to it than that. I would like to truly get to know you better. I like to imagine that we have much in common, aside from the obvious. When I see you hiding in the corridor on those mornings, I imagine wrapping my own arms around those lovely hips, sharing long conversations about our tribulations in life, discovering just how much alike we are. Perhaps I like to imagine we could share more than that. I have been married for 10 years to a man who has never paid me much attention, any attention for 9 of them. Perhaps my old age has made me bold, but I want more. Next time I see you, I promise I'll say something. For all my 26 years. You're not old at 26. Oh my gosh, what is your guys' death rate? I have never felt a longing for anything this intensely. I don't care how wrong it is. As a wife and as a woman, I want you, Hannah. Oh no, something's actually going wrong here. Oh no. Bet that wasn't what you were expecting from a normal wife, was it? I still have a hard time believing that she was really capable of sinking into that. But well, it totally does get worse, I'll show you. Just be warned, it's pretty depraved stuff. What is... So I'm sure you notice all the static on the line and are wondering what's going on, right? I'm going to tell you something really bad. I need you to promise me you're not going to panic. Okay. Great. Just keep it together. Be okay if you don't get emotional, but... Well, right now we're in the middle of a nuclear fission reactor melt... What? I'm sure you didn't know what that means, and it's okay. You don't have to worry about your pretty little head with the details. The bottom line here is that if it doesn't get shut down soon, this is going to be a massive explosion. Well then. Right, well, ordinarily this is something you'll want to get a man to do, but it's okay. I'm sure you'll be able to pull through it just fine. I have the utmost confidence in you. We've got 20 minutes until the reactor goes all up, killing both of us permanently. Clock starts now. I want to walk you through shutting it down. This might be a little hard, but you're a clever girl. I have faith in you. First thing we're going to do is try doing is just simply using disable action. I don't think that this will work, mind you, but you never know. She has been in such a state of disrepair and non-maintenance, it's probably going to be really complicated. So try that for me, will you? Drop down the terminal and just try shutting down the reactor directly. Help? Power control decrypt. Quit reactor? Oh, no, that's what it means. Okay. Oh no. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Disable AI. Or maybe disable... Yeah, where's my... Disable AI. Someone know what I was supposed to do? Quit around PSS. Power control? Okay, there you go. Disable. What? No, that is definitely spelled wrong. Disable. No, I didn't. Disable power control? What? Enable. List? Oh, okay. Power control. Disable. Power control list. What am I disabling? Power control disable bulkheads. There we go. Power control disable communications. No. Power control disable. Okay, let's try this. Core 1, Core 2, Core 3, Core... Ooh. Nope. There we go. Core 5, 5, Core 6. Power control disable Core 1, Core 2. Well, I can always enable Hurricane later. Yes. What am I doing? Power control disable Core 3, Core 4, Core 5, Core 6. Okay. I am sorry if this is... Power control disable you know what? No, if we Core 3, Core 4, Core 5, Core 6. Okay. Power control disable docking, gravity, main computer does not ever disable. Whatever, gonna try it anyways. Rail, sensors, waste. Yes. Continue to reconnect. Reconnection fail. Yay! I broke it. Don't ever do the computer. Got it.